Howdy everyone, I'm Doug Howe. I want to welcome you to the next Positive Gravity. Today I'm working with a piece of walnut. Walnut for the nut, right? So yeah, it's a piece of walnut. It's about 5 inches thick, I believe. And because of the shape of it, I'm going to cut it up into 3 pieces and make a set. I'm going to make a set of vases from this. So there's a couple features of the piece of wood. The first one being this black line right here is a crack. You can't really see it, so I highlighted it, but it does go in just a bit. So I want to avoid this area. Plus the pith is down here, so I kind of want to avoid this area anyway. I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces, and I've kind of been sketching on here, so it's a little hard to see what I'm planning on doing. So what I'm going to do is show you on the iPad so you can see what I'm planning. Let's do that. All right, so this is the piece of wood that we were just looking at. This black line is the crack I mentioned, so I just highlighted that with a Sharpie so it was easy to see. The plan here is to split this into 3 pieces. So I'll cut on these 2 red lines with the bandsaw, split it into 3. Each one will become a vase. And the plan is to make these 3 vases in the same proportions but different heights. And so this is kind of what I'm thinking. This piece over here will become a 4-inch tall vase. The middle one will be a 5-inch tall vase, and the left-hand one over here will be a 6-inch tall vase. And the proportions that I'm planning to work with are like this. I'm planning to make the bottom 1, so this is kind of ratios, not absolute dimensions. So 1, if I divide the vase vertically into thirds, you get 3 high, 1 wide at the base, 3 high, and at the 2 high is where the shoulder will be. And it will be 2 units wide. So if this was a 1-inch base, I'd have a 3-inch tall vase and a 2-inch wide shoulder 2/3 of the way up the vase. So I'm planning on making all of them in this dimension. They're each going to have a beaded collar around the opening at the top, hopefully. And the idea is that they would be proportional. All right, we're back. We're ready to go cut this up. Before I go cut this up, I wanted to ask you to please remember to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy my videos, you learn some things, it really helps the channel a lot. So thank you for that. And don't forget, always enjoy the process. Sometimes it's all you get. Let's go. Mask and shield. So the top is up here. So I'm going to need a tenon on the bottom on this end. Not sharp. All right, this is the 6-inch vase. I'm going to give it one last rub down with steel wool. Quick wipe down with denatured alcohol. Looking for scratches, anything else that needs attending before finishing. I think it looks good. I just made up a fresh 1 pound cut of shellac earlier today. Where'd my applicator go? There it is. I'm just going to try this foam applicator. Ooh, it's thin. So I chose shellac versus oil because I don't particularly like how dark the walnut gets when you apply oil for this kind of piece. Like on the end grain here where it would be really absorbing the oil, it would be just about black. So you can see it's really sucking up the shellac. So I'm just going to go with shellac on this. And we'll see if I apply anything over the top, like armor seal, semi-gloss, or anything like that, or if just several coats of shellac brings out a nice enough finish. I'm barely applying any pressure here, just very gentle. I'm going to take off the high spots. Keep some of this foam around that I get from shipping packages, and you can kind of make your own sanding block with it. And sometimes this is helpful. I think up here in the sapwood, it's where it really absorbed a lot of shellac. It's still not even fully dry yet. Yeah, I can feel it coming off. Look at that. So that really absorbed a lot. So we might need to give this a little more time to cure where it really absorbed in. I'll let that just spin softly there while it dries up. Yeah, so if we can get a nice glossy finish on here like this, I'll be happy. But it's going to take several coats to get the sapwood saturated, and I think we'll be good to go. So I'm just going to let that spin. So I'm going to carry on with this. I'm going to do the same to the other two. So we'll get those all done, and I'll bring you back once they're shellacked and we'll see if I'm gonna buff them or apply anything else over the top. All right, after looking at these with just the shellac, I decided I wanted to put on a few coats of the Armor Seal semi-gloss product that looks like that. This isn't the container this came in, but that's what I like to use. They're not a sponsor, I just like the product. So yeah, I've got shellac on here. I've sanded it off with 400 grit between coats, and now I have put on 2 coats already of the Armor Seal, and I think we're ready for the final coat. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. I've been applying these with a foam brush, like that. So just get some of this on my brush. Just give this a real gentle, patient application. Keeping that wet edge all the way to the end. As good as that looks spinning, there's actually probably too much finish on here. Usually the instructions have you wipe it off. I think I'm just going to leave it be and see what happens. All right, well, there you have it. I'm going to continue on with these. I have 2 more to do. Once they're all done, I'll get you some photos of those. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.